Welcome back to CineGold, everyone. Matthew here, and today we are looking at the top 10 movies releasing this month, April 2025. There's loads of action thriller movies releasing for whatever reason, so if you're an action fan, you should be ecstatic. There's also a few horror movies and other things mixed in, so let's go ahead and start things off with the first big release of the month on April 4th.
Boyd's out there slicing people up with a sword.
Can you repeat that?
The first movie is Freaky Tales. This is an action comedy anthology made up of 4 interconnected stories, each with a surreal twist. It's set in 1980s Oakland, California, and features a stacked cast including Pedro Pascal, Jay Ellis, and Ben Mendelsohn. It comes from the directing duo of Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden, who are best known for the film Half Nelson and Captain Marvel. You can check out Freaky Tales in theaters on April 4th. Then next up is a Minecraft movie. I wasn't really sure if I should talk about this movie. It's definitely the biggest movie of the month for a certain demographic, although not my typical viewers. A Minecraft movie is of course based on the video game Minecraft. It stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa and was directed by Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite. It releases in theaters on the 4th. Then one of the first big action thrillers of the month is Amazon Prime's G20.
We're 20 most powerful world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2, 1.
G20 is about a group of terrorists who take the world's most powerful leaders hostage, but they didn't count on the US president being a former Special Forces operative. G20 stars Viola Davis and Anthony Starr, and while it doesn't look like it's going to reinvent the genre, hopefully it's a good, tense, high-stakes thriller. You can watch G20 on Prime when it drops on April 10th. Then one of the biggest and to me most interesting action thrillers drops on the 11th, and it is called Warfare.
1 minute out! We have enemy on our building and all surrounding buildings.
Roger that. Stand by. Going hot.
Warfare is a war action film that follows a platoon of Navy SEALs who embark on a dangerous mission in Ramadi, Iraq, with the chaos and brotherhood of war retold through their memories of the event. Warfare was directed by Alex Garland, who's known for the excellent movies Ex Machina and Civil War, and he teams up with an Iraqi war vet, Ray Mendoza, who based the story on his experiences as a Navy SEAL. It features an ensemble cast including Will Poulter and Cosmo Jarvis. Alex Garland's films are typically really tense, so this movie definitely has a high ceiling. Warfare will release in theaters on the 11th. Also on the 11th is The Amateur.
Take it. Take it.
Aye.
Point it at my chest. Do it now.
Put your finger on the trigger. You can't do what I do no matter how much I train you. You're just not a killer, Charlie.
The Amateur is a spy thriller film and is about a CIA cryptographer who loses his wife in a terrorist attack and decides to take justice into his own hands when the agency refuses to act. The Amateur comes from director James Hawes, who's mostly been involved in TV projects, including directing many episodes of the series Slow Horses. It stars Rami Malek and John Bernthal and releases in theaters on the 11th. Next up is the horror thriller Drop. It's about a mother who goes on her first date in years when she is suddenly bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone, leaving her questioning her charming date. Drop comes from Christopher Landon, the director behind the Happy Death Day movies. You can check it out in theaters on the 11th. Then a week later is another horror film called Sinners.
I ain't ever seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic.
Sinners follows twin brothers who return to their hometown in order to leave their troubled lives behind, but find an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Sinners is a Warner Brothers movie that stars Michael B. Jordan and Jack O'Connell. It was written and directed by Ryan Coogler, who was behind Creed and the Black Panther films. It will release in theaters on April 18th. Next up is a brand new Netflix action thriller movie called Havoc.
And don't forget, I know what you did.
You have no idea what I did.
Havoc comes from Gareth Evans, the director most known for his top-tier action movies The Raid and The Raid 2. Evans teams up with Tom Hardy in a movie about a battered detective who must fight his way through a city's criminal underworld in order to rescue a politician's missing son. If you've seen the Raid movies, then you know Gareth Evans has delivered some of the best fight scenes of the 2000s, so it would seem Havoc is a very high potential movie. It also stars Forrest Whitaker and Timothy Olyphant in a movie you can expect to be gritty, brutal, and packed with practical stunts. You can check out Havoc on Netflix on the 25th. Then another April action thriller movie is The Accountant 2.
No, she didn't kill all those people.
How do you know that? No.
You often confess to capital murder.
I actually didn't say anything.
Ben Affleck returns as Christian Wolf in the sequel to The Accountant, one of the more underrated action thriller films in recent years. Part 2 sees Christian Wolf apply his brilliant mind and illegal methods to reconstruct the unsolved puzzle of a Treasury chief's murder. The Accountant 2 brings back director Gavin O'Connor as well as actors Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal. It's an Amazon MGM Studios film, which means it will hit theaters first and most likely will find its way onto Prime sometime in the future. You can watch The Accountant 2 in theaters on the 25th. Then for another horror movie, check out Until Dawn. This is set in the same universe as the video game Until Dawn, but features an original story that expands upon the game series. It follows a group of friends who are trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes are chasing and killing them in gruesome ways, and they must survive until dawn to escape it. It comes from the director of Lights Out and Annabelle creation, David F. Sandberg. Both of these movies were pretty creepy, so Until Dawn has some potential. You can watch it in theaters on April 25th. And this is a pretty busy month, so I have 4 quick bonus movies for you. The first is Paddington in Peru. This is the 3rd installment in the Paddington film series about the family favorite marmalade-loving bear. It hits theaters on the 1st. Then there's William Tell, the historical epic film that hit the UK in January, but now it's getting a wider international release on April 4th. Hell of a Summer is a new horror comedy film that is written, directed by, and stars both Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick. It's a retro summer camp horror that drops in theaters on the 4th. And then there's The Luckiest Man in America, a drama film that depicts the 1984 game show scandal about the man who won Press Your Luck. It releases, I think, in theaters on April 4th. Okay, that is our list for the month of April. Quite a lot of stuff. Anything in particular you are looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. And once again, that's it for me. I will see you again soon.